Hey everyone, welcome back to another Fusion tutorial. Today we are going to do a viewer request, and actually this has been requested by a few viewers. If you are familiar with my channel, I've done a few videos on adding a knurled texture to some objects like a cylinder or a sphere and a few other things. And I've had a few people ask me how to add knurling to a flat surface, and it's basically the exact same in my other videos, except instead of working three-dimensionally, we're just going to work on one flat surface. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do it on a cube because that's got 6 flat sides, and I think they only wanted me to show how to do one flat surface, but I am actually going to pattern it around part of that cube so you can see how to do that as well. So let's get started. We're going to create a sketch on this bottom plane. I'm going to hit R for rectangle, and I'm going to come up here and I want to do a center rectangle. Now I'm only doing a center rectangle because later on when we pattern this texture, I want to pattern it around the origin. So I have to make sure this rectangle is centered around the origin. So I'm going to type in 60 and type in 60. Obviously you can make this whatever size you want, and let's finish sketch. We're going to click on this profile, hit E for extrude, and I'm just going to type in 60 again and hit OK. Now you might be asking yourself, why didn't we just create a box? And the reason for that, and maybe someone in the comments can tell me how to do this, but if we go back on our timeline here, if we go to create box, you can't create it from the center, right? So I can click this bottom plane, but when I select the origin, it creates the box off center, or the cube. So you can't center it on the origin. And so that's why I drew a sketch and kind of manually made my cube instead. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's draw another sketch. We need some guides for our pattern. So I'm going to create a sketch on the face of this cube, and I'm going to hit P on my keyboard just to project this surface. So I've got the surface here, the selection filter. We don't want to, I guess you could choose body because we're working with such a basic solid body, but if you just want to do a face, you can just click on that face and hit OK. And now if we turn that, hide that body, we have the face of that body in our sketch. And I'm going to just do a quick line and make it a construction line. And I'm going to just draw it right through the middle here. And then I'm going to create a point right in the center. Now this point's not super necessary, but I'm going to use this point to kind of explain how I draw these lines. Of course, this point is right in the center of this square. So what we need is a big X going through this. So we need a line coming this way, and we need a line coming this way. So I'm going to hit L for line. If you're still on the construction line, you can click off of that or hit X on the keyboard. Let's just draw a line. I'm going to hit tab for the angle, and I'm going to type in 45. And you can now move this and it'll keep it at 45 degrees. Length is whatever you want. It just has to be longer than the length of this diagonal of the box. Let's just choose maybe like 100 and hit OK. So now we have this line over here that we want to center on this point. So we can use the midpoint tool. We'll click on this line and that point. Hit escape, and there's our line. I'm just going to hide the constraints and dimensions just so we can kind of see what we're doing. I may even hide the construction lines, except I'm going to draw one construction line just right here. And this is just so we can create a mirror of this line. So I drew a line straight down from the center. When we choose mirror, it wants us to pick what we're trying to mirror, which is this line, and then we need a mirror line, what we're mirroring it on, which is that line. So if I hit OK, now we have this X. So if I turn off my construction geometry, you can see our square with our X. So let's finish sketch. Let's turn our body back visible. So now we need to make a triangle to cut away to start our knurling pattern. So let's do a plane along a path. We're going to select this path first, and we're just going to make sure this plane is right. You can drag this plane along this path. We just want to make sure it's right at the beginning and hit OK. We'll draw a sketch on that plane we just made. Let's make sure our camera is set to orthographic. That just gives us a 2D image, a little easier to work with. Go up to Create, Polygon, Inscribe Polygon, and we're going to draw a triangle. So we can hit Tab, and this right now has 6 sides, so we can type in 3. And our size, we'll just do like 1.5. And we will just click off of it. Now we want to make sure this is parallel. This line is parallel with the face of our box, so we'll just make sure that is horizontal or vertical. So we have a vertical horizontal button. And basically, if you have a line that's almost vertical, if you click the horizontal vertical button and click that line, it will turn that vertical or horizontal, whichever one's closer. So I'm going to select this profile and then finish sketch. And the reason I selected the profile, because now I don't have to. It kind of remembered that. I'm going to hit E for extrude, and we're going to drag this along that line and hit OK. And make sure that was set to cut. And if we hide that sketch, you can see we now cut that triangle out. And I'm not going to take too much time to mess with this pattern to make sure the knurling is exactly how I want it. You can do that. You can make whatever shape cutout you want, whatever size triangle you want, and that will ensure that your pattern looks good. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to kind of show you the basic thing, and you can tweak it from there. So, okay, now we need to pattern this extrusion, this cutout along this face. So let's go up to rectangular pattern. This may be set to body or faces. You want to make sure it's on features. And the feature we're going to pattern is that extrusion. So down here on your timeline, and you'll see it selects it in blue. And the axis now is actually part of that sketch that we made. So the axis is this perpendicular line. So right here. So now we can pattern this along that axis. And we want it to go in both directions, so we're going to choose symmetric. And we want this pattern to go past the face. So if we go to our front view here, we just want to make sure that pattern is past. So let's maybe do 40. Would that get us there? Not quite. 42. Let's do 42. And let's do the quantity as 30. And it looks like are these touching? They're not quite touching. So let's just hit OK and see how this looks. And again, you have to mess with how many you want to pattern, your distance, all of that to get the texture you're looking for. But that looks pretty good. So now we just need to do that same thing, but in the opposite direction. So if we make that sketch visible again, this time we want to cut away from this line. So again, we'll do plane along a path. And I'm just going to kind of speed through this since I've already done it the first time. We'll click on that plane we just made. Again, I don't know why my camera keeps switching off orthographic, but I want orthographic just to give me that 2D visual. And we'll go to Inscribe Polygon, click on that origin, 1.5 and 3 to give us our triangle. Hit enter. And then we're going to make sure that is straight by making this vertical. And again, I'm just going to select this profile. The only reason I'm selecting this profile, you don't have to, you can finish sketch, but watch what happens when I finish sketch. I'm just going to select it. If I finish sketch, it kind of takes me out. Now I'd have to like zoom all the way back in and go select this. So if you select it beforehand, it's already selected. You just saved yourself a step. So let's hit E for extrude. Extrude this along the path. Hit OK. Now we can do a pattern. So create pattern. features is already selected, so we're going to pattern that cutaway, that extrusion, and we're going to do the same thing we did last time. We're going to take the perpendicular line as our axis. And what did we do? Did we do 42 and 30, I think? 42 symmetric and 30. And we will hit OK. And let's hide our sketch. And there you go. There is your knurling on a flat surface. Now, let's say we want to pattern this knurling all the way around this cube. So a few things. One, if you're trying to make a box, so this would be like a hollow box, you want to make sure you do that before you do any of this knurling pattern stuff. So what I would do is I would go all the way back to the beginning, shell this out by however thick you want, then go and do your knurling. Now it's going to take a little while to recalculate, but now we have our box. You don't want to use that shell command with this pattern in place, because it's going to try to shell out from all of these surfaces and you may crash Fusion. And another piece of advice, if you are doing this kind of work in Fusion, make sure you're saving regularly, because this type of thing, Fusion doesn't like to do very well. It's really not the right program to be doing textures on surfaces. So make sure you're saving your work, because it's almost inevitable that you're going to crash Fusion, especially with what we're about to do next. So, okay, so let's pattern this around this box. So we're just going to pattern this side, this side, this side. So 3 sides. So let's get into pattern again. And this time we're going to do a circular pattern, because we want to pattern this around an axis, and which is why it was so important to draw this cube centered with that origin. So the object type is going to be features again. And the objects, we're going to select everything that we did to make this physical pattern. So that first extrusion, the pattern, the second extrusion, and the pattern. And then we have to select the axis. And the axis is going to be this blue axis right here, because remember we're going to pattern around this axis. So I'm going to select that axis. And this is where Fusion is going to really freeze on you. I don't have the greatest computer, but it's not super slow either, and my computer struggles with this. So save before you do this. Make sure you don't type in a crazy number, because you will definitely crash Fusion. But we want 4, right? Because we want, right now it's showing 3, so 1, 2, 3, but we have 4 sides. So I'm going to highlight this and type in 4, and then I'm going to speed up this video, because this will probably take 30 seconds to a minute for Fusion to compute this. So I'm going to type in 4, and then I'm going to speed up the video. Okay, so like I said, that took about 30 to 45 seconds. And now we just need to hit OK, and it's going to have to compute again. So this may take another 30 or 45 seconds, and I'm going to speed up the video right now. All right. My computer definitely struggled with that, but there you go. Now you can see these corners aren't the greatest. That probably won't 3D print well. So this is where it'll get really frustrating for you, especially if you're doing a pattern like I just did. It's because you're going to have to keep tweaking those triangles and the pattern and the spacing and all of that until you get your corners the way you want them. So now obviously that won't matter too much if you're just doing one flat surface, but yeah, it's not fun. It took about a minute, maybe 2 minutes for Fusion to compute that pattern, and if you have to wait for it to do that every single time, and then like I said, the chances of crashing Fusion are pretty good. So save your work, and I guess that's really it for that video. There is your knurling on a flat surface. Enjoy.